welcome to the WIU football pregame show. I'm your host, Brendan Ree, alongside my partners, Tommy Cook and Mackenzie Yearby. We got a great one here as Western Illinois is set to take on the legendary program of Youngstown State. And it's homecoming week, and we'll get to that later. Lots to talk about, obviously, with you, Mackenzie. But tons of storylines this week involving Western Illinois football, and it all starts with Justin Fitzpatrick.
Yes, so Justin Fitzpatrick, during his bye week, he went to Kansas City, and he received the Christopher Pillar Award for his short film that he did about the junior Sam Pryor. She's a basketball player. So the story really started off as her just picking a number, why she wanted number 34. Her mom played basketball. And so throughout the short film, he just talks about how Sam evolved as a player and how she grew closer to her mom. Her mom sadly passed away from cancer, but film was just great because it was able to honor her.
Yeah, I agree, Mackenzie. And I mean, you talk about Justin Fitzpatrick. Not only is he a dynamic athlete, two-sport athlete here at Western Illinois,
He is.
captain on the football team and starting position player on baseball, but now he's out here winning Emmys. So, I mean, he can do it all. The true
Yes.
utility player of Western Illinois University.
And this also just started as an extra credit project. So he took it so serious, and he ended up winning an award. So I think that's something that's great about him.
Yeah, I mean, like you said, can do it all and just a great, true person in general. So we have him this week. We found out last weekend that he won the Emmy. And now last week, we had a few players take home Missouri Valley Conference awards.
Yeah, you talk about excellence off the field, excellence on the field for Western's first win of their season last week, and it all started with John Brunner on the second play of the game, 71-yard touchdown on the second play. Great start for him. So he was the Missouri Valley Football Conference newcomer of the week, and very deservedly at that. And talking about a team, that was deprived of their tools on offense, and who was going to step up? Was it going to be Tony Tate? Was it going to be Steve McShane? John Brunner showed up. And then where was Steve McShane? Well, he decided to show up in the fourth quarter, and thankfully for Western, 58-yard touchdown return on a punt. And Steve McShane was the Missouri Valley Football Conference Special Teams Player of the Week. So excellence all around, on and off the field for Western.
And you talk about Steve McShane. Without that punt return, the game could have gone completely other way. That completely shifted direction of the momentum.
Absolutely. And then after that, he started playing better too. He picked up, I believe, a passing touchdown after that as well, not even 2 minutes after the punt return.
Yeah, and that sealed the deal. But Western will have their hands full this week as they play Youngstown State, and they go off against a legendary program.
You talk about a legendary program. How about some legendary heads here at the head coach of Nebraska, Bo Pelini, was also the head coach at Nebraska, and a very winning one at that. And now all of a sudden he's at Youngstown State. He's 24-17 here in 4 years as the head coach, 91-44 all time. And you talk about he's Mr. September as well. He's got a great road winning percentages. So I mean, this is a legendary guy. And now also the president of the university was also a head coach at Ohio State for a while, as well as at Youngstown State. Second winningest coach in program history at Youngstown State, not at Ohio State. And then number one in winning percentage as well. So this is a guy that can allocate a lot of resources to a very good football team in Youngstown State. So they know how to get it done.
Yeah, Jim Tressel, now president. How about that transition from head coach at Youngstown State, head coach at Ohio State, and now he's president of the university.
Also in the middle of that transition, he was at the Indianapolis Colts. So
yeah, I mean, talk about legendary program, and they got history on their side. Obviously, dynasty in the 90s.
Yep.
But give me some strengths and weaknesses of this Youngstown State team we'll see today.
Well, starting with their pros, like they're good here. Defensive front for Youngstown State is unbelievable. They can make havoc in any backfield. They know how to get to the quarterback. A whole bunch of sacks on this team, and they're going to be a menace. And do you want to go with a pro here?
Yes. For me, they're 18-3 in home openers. So away, they're 7-3. So they have a 70% chance to win here today. So I think that's something that we should definitely be on the lookout for, because even though they're away, they still have a chance to win, especially with the coaches. They have a lot of experience.
Yeah, my strength of this Youngstown State team is their run game. They like to run and pound the ball in there, and if you can stop that run, Western Illinois should walk away with the victory.
I agree.
Yeah, now let's get negative, shall we? All right, and to counter their run game, their passing offense has not been very productive, averaging just under 200 yards through the air per game. They're going to struggle here today. They've got plenty of people to throw it to. They've thrown to 12 receivers all year. They just cannot get the yardage through the air.
For me, a negative is that they're not a good fourth quarter team. So in the last 3 games that they've played, they've only scored 7 points. So like we saw last week, Western was able to win in the fourth quarter. So if Youngstown State can't pick it up, then they might lose.
Yeah, I'm with you. And you're going against one of the biggest comebacks in Western
Yes,
Illinois history
they
last
are.
week in the fourth quarter. But my con for this Youngstown State Penguins is that their whole defense, like you said, you picked up it earlier, their pass defense, but their defense in a whole really needs to step up today. They've been shaky all year long, but they need a strong performance of them to kind of spoil this Western Illinois homecoming.
Yeah, and talking about their defense, their passing defense has allowed about 800 yards through the air in 3 games. Just a heads up there.
Yeah, and we got great program leader in passing yards with Sean McGuire at the helm. But don't go anywhere. We'll be right back. Mackenzie has the homecoming king and queen from homecoming weekend. Don't go anywhere.
They're having their own little meeting. This is so humiliating. Be the boss. I'm the boss.
What the?
Power nap. You were saying.
And make a budget.
Let's get to work.
Need a little help?
Stacy, read back the notes.
I can't read. What's it say?
Create a personalized savings plan and get other tools and tips
We can share.
You obviously didn't go to business school.
at feedthepig.org.
Your vision.
As an economics major studying investment banking, I find the world of finance intriguing.
Our mission.
My professors are excellent, and they're preparing me for success in the business industry.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am loving that.
Sweetheart, think about your future. Jeff over there didn't just look at him. He saved up, bought a house, he's got a beautiful wife, they even had a fancy pants destination wedding, and oh, they had a baby! Ah! Smart and handsome, ooh la la. Now, I've been saving these frames for pictures of my future grandbabies for years, and the shopping sprees on organic clothing and telephone cases is not helping you save for a family. Oh, gracious! Look at that! He's a model! Oh. I bet you he's putting all that money right into a 401k or his baby's college fund. And his teeth are so straight. See how good saving can look at feedthepig.org. Feed the pig.
Welcome back. I am here with the homecoming king and queen, Olivia Jenkins and Brian. So guys, tell us a little bit about what you're involved in school.
So I'm involved in Tri Sigma. I've gotten involved with Dance Marathon, Love Your Melon Crew, as well as I've been a peer mentor for 3 years now. I also work at the University Library.
Right now, I'm the president of my chapter, Alpha Phi Alpha Fraternity Incorporated, the Eta Eta chapter. I'm also the president of the Black Student Association and the vice president of United Greek Council.
They are very involved. So what made you guys run? I know they sent out something saying, hey guys, you want to run? What made you guys run?
Yeah, well, I've been really involved in campus, so I just thought it'd be such a great opportunity to get involved and represent Western.
Yeah.
It's given so much to me, so that's why I wanted to run.
I don't know, for me it was kind of like one of those bucket list things where you gotta at least try it and then, whatever happens, happens from that point.
Awesome. So I know you guys had to go to various events. So what was your favorite event this week?
Well, I participated in V-Show, which is variety show, and that was
in
so
there
much
too.
fun.
Yeah.
It was so much fun, so I really enjoyed that one just because you can see how much work and time people put into the event. So I really liked that one a lot.
I would have to say the parade. I really enjoyed that. Yeah, that was very fun. Seeing the Macomb community enjoying themselves with us and seeing Western come out to the parade as well. So that was pretty fun for me.
All right, guys. Well, I'm going to toss it back over to Brennan. So thank you for joining us.
Thanks, Mackenzie. And obviously a lot of stuff going on for homecoming. Not only do we have the king and queen over there, joining us in the building today is the 98 football team.
Okay.
Yeah, the 98 Leathernecks. When you talk about GOATs, there's some debate whether you want Michael Jordan or LeBron. There's no debate here. This is the GOAT football team at the Leathernecks here. They won the Gateway Conference in 98. went to the AA playoff semifinals. They launched a whole bunch of successful careers there. James Milton, defensive player, won the Buck Buchanan Award. They had David Bowers drafted to the Broncos in the 5th round. And head coach Randy Ball is now a scout at the Kansas City Chiefs, who are Super Bowl contenders this year. They obviously did their scouting very well, so kudos to him. And it's great to have him here. I don't think Randy Ball's here today, but a lot of the players, I know Bowers and Milton both are here today, and a whole host of the rest of them are here today. So it's good to have them back.
Yeah, hopefully they can bring them some good luck on homecoming.
Yeah.
Don't go anywhere. We'll be right back to answer questions from social media. See you then. She wins the game! She wins the game! The Leathernecks win!
It's time to take the next step. All right, there's been good things done here. A foundation has been laid, but it's time to make the next step and take the next chapter of Leatherneck football to championship football and winning games at a high rate and doing things the right way.
Carissa Kuchis loves Western Illinois University.
Western lets you be who you want to be. The opportunities are unlimited, and people here really care.
Carissa has definitely made the most of her time at Western.
Advertising executive, life coach, talk show host. I'll do it all because I'm a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Think purple, think success. Think Western Illinois University.
Hello and welcome back to the WIU football pregame show. I'm your host, Brendan Reed, alongside my partners, Tommy Cook and Mackenzie Yearby. One of our favorite segments where we get to interact with our audience through social media. Our first question that we're going to take is from WLC Big Red 10 on Twitter. Do you think the bye week will affect the Leatherneck offense today?
I think it will, positively. It's going to be a good thing. This is a banged-up offense that still produced very well last week. Now that they've had time to rest, bring some people back in, get them healthy. That's going to be a great thing.
I also think they were able to analyze the defense more. So you have an extra week to really look at film. So hopefully they'll be able to break down the defense and score.
Yeah, I'm with you guys both. Hopefully they can keep the momentum rolling with Brunner and Tate from last week, but you get some key cogs in the lineup back in this week. So that's something to keep an eye out for. Our second question is from Austin Matthews from Facebook. Should we be worried about the Penguins roster?
You should be worried about a lot, Mr. Austin Matthews. Mainly, talk about the defensive front earlier. Sharif Bynum, and Malik Richardson have combined for 4 sacks and 20 tackles on the season, and those are your edge guys. So those are the guys to be worried about on defense, at least.
Offensively, they definitely need to look out for Tevin McCaster. He is a running back, and he averages 126 yards per game. So that's deadly.
Yeah.
And then also, as a receiver, Zach Farrar, he averages 15.7 yards. So that's something that they need to look out for.
Yeah, obviously a high-powered offense for the Penguins, so keep an eye on for that, Austin. And another question from Facebook, from Dylan Schaus. How many touchdowns do you think Steve McShane will score today?
Hopefully 1. If the quarterback has a good game today, then hopefully more. But maybe we'll see 1 from him.
I'm thinking 0 on the ground, at least. Through the air, we need 1, 2, maybe 3. I don't know. Once we get down to the goal line, anything's possible. But hopefully he can get some at least through the air. If not, get the ground game running.
Yeah, I'm with you, Tommy. I bet you he gets at least 1. I don't know which way it comes. It could come from a catch, a run. I don't know, maybe even throw a ball, maybe a punt return. He does it all.
Hey, that's true. I forgot to count that.
But, yeah, I think it's going to be a pass-heavy attack today against a struggling Youngstown State team. So look for that. And then our fourth question is from Twitter from BradJP08. What defensive player should we look out for on WIU?
I think the defensive player that really needs to step it up here is Kalen Saunders. He's got 3.5 tackles for a loss this season and a sack. If you're going to stop the run game, he's going to be the key to do it.
I agree with you, but I also said Pete Swanson. He has one sack, and then he also has 11 solo tackles as well.
I'm looking out for Quinn Moon, tied for second in the FCS in tackles per game, so he'll be a key part of this Leatherneck defense. And our last question from John Single, what is the winning formula for WIU to get back to 500?
The winning formula has 3 parts right here. They need to mix it up on offense. You know, maybe throw in – the running game's probably not going to work today. Find a way to get some check down passes, some screen passes. Force the pass on defense. This is not a good passing offense for the Penguins. Clean up penalties. Both of these teams averaging high amounts of laundry in both of their games, with Youngstown averaging about 12 a game, I do believe. So that's going to be bad. The real key to Western winning the game today is going to be the white helmets. They're going to get it done with the white helmets. That's the real winner right there.
Yeah, I'm with you. Obviously, you were talking about that, but I just want them to be relaxed, and that will be the key for the victory today if they just play loose and keep the ball safe and don't turn the ball over.
There you go.
Yeah.
Back with much more and a special guest for our Missouri Valley Game Picks coming up next. Don't go anywhere.
Your vision.
When I arrived at Western, I discovered the fields of recreation, park, and tourism administration.
Our mission.
My professors challenged me to develop new ideas and helped me grow as a student and a person.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Your daughter is having trouble learning French. Do you A, hire a tutor?
Bonjour.
B, enforce a French-only rule at home? Or C, watch some foreign films? When it comes to parenting, there are no perfect answers, but that's okay, because you don't have to be perfect to be a perfect parent. Teens in foster care will love you just the same.
Your vision.
I plan on working for an agricultural company and eventually running my family's farm.
Our mission.
My professors are invested in my success. Western helped me find an excellent internship with a leading agricultural company.
This is Western Illinois University.
I am a success story. I am a Leatherneck.
Hello and welcome back to the WIU football pregame show. Joining us now, we got a special guest, head women's basketball coach JD Gravina. How are you doing today, JD?
I'm really good. Thanks for not putting special in quotes.
Yeah, and we have a new segment, Missouri Valley Game Picks. The first game we want to talk about is SIU versus South Dakota. For me, the key to this game is going to be South Dakota just needs to take care of the football, and they should squeak out a win against SIU. My guess is 27-21 in favor of the Coyotes.
Now, I don't know if this is going to be a popular pick, but I'm going to go with South Dakota as well, and basically on coaching staff. So as you know, Coach Bob Nielsen left here, good friend of mine still, and always a little bitter when he leaves. Well, we got a good one with Jared, but I think he's going to coach him home at SIU.
I think the key to this is that South Dakota has been in every single game. Whether the fact that they're 1-2 is irrelevant, they've been in every single game this year. So I'm going to go with South Dakota as well.
I'm going to go with South Dakota as well. They do have an All-American defensive player on their team, and he averages 3 sacks so far in 3 games. So I think if he's on fire, they're going to do good.
Yeah, South Dakota State's across the board. Go Yotes for today, I guess. And our next matchup we have on our list is Missouri State versus Illinois State. And I got to go with the high-powered offense of Missouri State, despite Illinois State being undefeated. Might be an unpopular pick in the state of Illinois, but it looks like Missouri State should get the dub.
Interesting. Yeah, I'm going with Illinois State by 2 touchdowns. Missouri State, great basketball school, not as good football school.
Missouri are 7-point underdogs here. I think this is going to be a tight game. ISU, in Missouri's credit here, has had a cupcake season. They've played nobodies all year, but I'm still going to go with ISU nonetheless.
I'm going to go with Illinois State as well. They're 9th in scoring in the FSC ranks, so I'm going to go with them.
And last game on our list, we got the marquee matchup of the week in the FCS. We got the #1 school in NDSU going against #3 SDSU, and I'm again going with the underdog in SDSU. I really like their offense. I mean, they beat a team 90-6 last weekend, and I mean, I don't care who you play. If you beat a team 90-6, that's something special. And I know NDSU is a storied program, and they've been hot the last few years, but I think this is finally the year South Dakota State takes it back.
Huge marquee matchup, and I don't really like anyone with Dakota on their jersey, so I'd like to pick neither. But I'm going to take NDSU. South Dakota State's won the last 2. More home court advantage. I'm going to say SDSU leads the first 3 quarters. NDSU takes it in the 4th quarter.
Yeah, SDSU always seems to find a way to play upset for whatever reason, but they are too banged up this year. I think North Dakota's going to pull it out.
I'm going to go with North Dakota as well. Like Coach said, they are great, amazing at home. They didn't lose last year at home, and so I think they're going to keep it up this year.
Yeah, so it's mixed across the board here, but Coach, I got to ask you, what's your prediction for today's game against Western?
Be
careful.
You know I'm going to take WIU. My boy Coach Elliott's been doing a heck of a job. The guys are pretty fired up. We're going to big homecoming crowd here. They already closed Q Lot down. Good tailgating atmosphere. I'm going to take WIU by a touchdown.
Yeah, I love it, and hopefully Western Illinois can get the W on homecoming. Yes. Obviously, great atmosphere here, like you were saying, JD. But that's all we have for the WIU football pregame show. Thanks for joining us, and tune in next week.